Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. That was Let the Right One In by Runaway Dorothy.
Runaway Dorothy, our honorary guest today from New York, based out of New York, actually. Wonderful, wonderful up-and-coming band doing their Kickstarter.
Yep. We've got Dave Parnell, the lead singer of Runaway Dorothy, on the phone. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Brett. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So,
you must be pretty excited about what's going on right now.
I'm very excited to be the honorary New York guest on La La Land.
You should.
you're actually the first guest we've ever had call in from out of state, so we're excited.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys
very,
are
very privileged.
You're staying dry over there, right?
Trying to. We've just kind of hunkered down into our apartment and kind of locked the doors and hopefully going to stay dry inside.
Okay, cool. So how long have you guys, tell us a little bit about you guys. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been doing it for.
Well, Runaway Dorothy kind of started as a side project. I was in another band when I was living in Charleston, South Carolina. And in that band, I wasn't writing songs for them and I wasn't singing. I was actually just playing keys. And I'm a horrible keys player. I mean, just dreadful. I think the guys in the band just liked me and wanted me in the band. So, but I just kind of started writing songs on the side that I never really thought I would do anything with. It was more like, I'm just going to write these for myself. There's no pressure to do anything with them. Yeah. And it kind of, it started getting to the point where I really wanted to pursue those songs more so than the band I was in. And some things kind of happened with that band. We had a little bit of a falling out. And then I met some really influential people that are big songwriters to me. I ran into Ryan Adams when I was living in Charleston. Yeah. And this was all it was kind of all going down. And I played some songs for him, and he's like, you must be ridiculous. Like, you should be pursuing this 100% of the time. I don't, screw the other bands. You go do your stuff. And that's kind of where it started. It kind of gave me the kind of validation that maybe I should be pursuing my own music and not playing terrible keyboard parts in another person's band. So.
How long ago was that, Dave?
That was 2006 when that happened.
Wow, so you've had some pretty fast, pretty quick following over the last 4 years.
It has, and it's kind of weird because the first couple of years after, I think 2006 is when I decided to start using the name Runaway Dorothy, but we didn't actually play a show for a couple of years. Like, we did, in 2007, we recorded our album, and then we didn't release it until the next year. So it was kind of a big chunk of time in between deciding to do it, and then recording it, and then releasing it. And then 2008 we're kind of coming up on, I like to think it was our 3-year anniversary. That's when we put the record out and started really promoting it and really touring, and it's been kind of a whirlwind over the past 3 years of not thinking I was going to do anything with these songs, and all of a sudden now they've kind of grown so much beyond the reach that I ever thought they would have.
Where have you been touring? I mean, what's your biggest demographic? Who's your audience out there right now?
I don't. It's the numbers tell us. Our manager takes care of this, and our biggest demographic is 18 to 35-year-old female. And
okay,
you're right in that age range, Nanny.
Well, yeah. Hello.
Anyone who likes Southern boys who sing pretty harmonies and throws in a little sadness in there. I think it's been kind of all over the board. Like, we get responses from people that are really, really young, and they're like, how do you even know about us? And we get, people who are well up there in age who are like into the band as well. So it's we kind of cross a lot of age groups and even nationalities. So it's kind of crazy.
One of the things that really strikes me about you guys is the depth of your lyrics. I think your songwriting is pretty incredible. Where do you get the inspiration for your songs? Is it through events in your life, or is it just general songwriting?
I think the first record and probably half of the second record, most of it was just direct, taken straight from the page of my life. And it's either something that directly happened to me or, just one person removed, maybe a good friend. And when I first started writing, I never wanted it to be that way. I wanted to write vague lyrics that were that no one would really ever tie back to me as being like, oh, this is clearly about this guy. But those songs were just terrible. And I couldn't, I just was like, these are awful songs. There's no point in using them. And then I started writing these kind of blatantly, brutally honest songs. And I responded more to them, and the people I played for responded more to them. And so it's pretty much, both albums are kind of a snapshot in what I was going through in those 6 months to a year I was writing. So it's pretty autobiographical.
So Dave, if this is taken from a page of your book, what is it exactly you want to say with it?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think it's just nothing really to say. It's kind of just giving a history. Like, there's no point to it other than this is a snapshot of what I was doing.
You're human. Yeah.
It's kind of, and I think that's why people relate to it. People may not have gone through the exact same things, but they can relate to it on a human level, and that I think is what draws people in. I'm not sure.
That's what's so wonderful about art, is that everybody can, because I can listen to it and think, oh my gosh, she was trying to say this, and that's amazing. And you're like, well, I'm just expressing my mind.
You're listening to Give Me a Reason by Runaway Dorothy. We'll be back with Dave Parnell on La La Land with Brett and Nett on CRN Digital Talk.
Do you own a car you no longer want and you don't have the time or energy to sell it?